Welcome to We Are Only Human, the official podcast for the College of Education and Human Sciences here at Oklahoma State University. I'm your host, Alyssa Pena, and today we have a new guest, OSU Chief Police Leon Jones. We are so happy to have you on today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I guess we can just start off by you telling us how you grew up. Where did you grow up?
All right.
A little bit about you.
Well, I grew up in a small town called New Boston. Mm-hmm. It's in Texas. It's about a population of 4,628 people. That's where I got my start. So grew up, went through high school, graduated from high school, and started working for Walmart.
Okay.
Which landed me in Oklahoma. And while I was here, I was catching shoplifters for Walmart. Transferred me to Enid. Hated the place. Then they transferred me here. And the next stop was Arizona. And I just didn't want to move that far away. So I started applying for the police departments. And Oklahoma State hired me.
Okay.
It's back in 94, so it's like decades ago.
So do you miss Texas? Because you said it was in Texas, right?
Yes.
You were first off. Do you miss Texas?
I miss my family. When I first moved away, being 18, it was a little rough.
Yeah.
That's a long way. It was a long way, 5 hours away from home driving. And, homesick and all that stuff, but I just stuck it out. Just said that I wasn't going to go back home unless I was rich.
Oh.
So I didn't want to go back home and burden my mom and dad with having to help take care of me or what have you until I found something that was good. But I realized also that I wouldn't be anything like I am today if I would have stayed at home.
That's amazing. See, you made yourself go up. See, just kept going.
Yep.
So you said Walmart helped you kind of go into wanting to be a police officer?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I started at Walmart, I was started as a stock clerk first, and then they promoted me to a department manager. And I decided I wanted to get away from New Boston. So I transferred to Enid. I have some relatives over there, uncles. And like I said, I lived there for a year. I didn't like Enid. I caught a couple of shoplifters while I was there, so the regional loss prevention manager comes in and asks me if I would want to do catch shoplifters for him. And I really jumped at it, especially the chance to get out of Enid. So they set me up here in Stillwater.
Oh, wow. So how does catching a shoplifter go?
So that was one job I could say that I was actually good at. Yeah. So I just dressed in plain clothes and just walked around the store and spotted people stealing. Sometimes I just happened to walk up on them. Other times you can tell when someone comes into the store that has no intention of buying anything.
Yeah.
And so I'd follow them around, and sure enough, they would steal.
Oh, I've always wanted to know. I was like, do you wait to walk out the door
Yes.
and then you go tackle them? Or
So the going deal back then was we had to watch them pick up the item off the shelf, conceal the item, and then watch them walk past the registers outside the doors. And then we'd make a stop. So I'd just stop them and tell them who I was and explain the items that they had and where they concealed it. Most of the time they complied. Several fights. It was,
I bet.
And then it started getting a little dangerous toward the end where people was carrying weapons and things. So
yeah,
it's like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be a cop.
Yeah, because you're basically doing the same thing.
Right.
How has it been being the chief police here at OSU?
It's been great. Fortunately, I got a great team. All the officers and the staff there really make me look good. So I started in 94. I was a patrol officer. Then I started the first bike patrol and community policing, which I'm big in. And just kind of worked my way up. So I didn't have any college when I started. And so I went to school and didn't stop until I got my master's.
Oh, awesome.
During that time, it was around millennium 2000 when we had promotions. I put in for the promotion and got promoted to sergeant. Then the next step was lieutenant. They sent me to the FBI Academy, the National Academy. So I was in Virginia for 14 weeks. And I had to take classes while I was there. And so I just kept going until I got my master's degree and then applied for the captain's position. Got it. And in 2017, I applied for the chief when my boss retired. So I applied for his position, and here I am.
That's amazing. How was it being at the academy in Virginia?
It was fun. It was fun. It was so there's a lot to do. It's just like taking college classes, but it was a lot of physical fitness stuff. I mean, we started off running 1.5 miles, and when we finished, it was 15 miles.
Oh.
And they had this thing called Yellow Brick Road. It's an obstacle that the Marines run through, and if you make it through that, you get this little brick with your session number on it. It's pretty cool. But it was 14 weeks of getting to meet people from all over the world.
Wow.
And, very few officers are selected. Maybe a third of all law enforcement is ever selected to go to FBI Academy. So I feel pretty fortunate on that.
Yeah, that's an honor. That's amazing. So can you run 15 miles now?
Oh, no.
Because I can barely run one.
I'm tired just thinking about it.
What other interesting little obstacles they made y'all do when you were at Academy?
So, they have when you run the rope that
yes.
over the wall, this wall is like 20 foot tall, crawl up under the obstacle of ropes there. The running part was just hard.
Yeah. Going
down the hills, crawling back up the other side. It's just a lot of stuff there that I'm trying to remember most of it, but it scares me. I'm scared I might have to go through it again.
Oh, I don't think I could ever go through that.
But it was fun because they worked us, each week we did something different. And we ran just about every day, along with weightlifting and things like that. So I was in probably the best shape I've been in years.
That's crazy. How many police officers are on your team right now?
So here we have a number 35 here,
wow.
and then 8 over at OSU Tulsa, which I'm currently the chief over as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. So what do y'all do to ensure the safety of faculty and students here on campus?
So the big deal for me is to get out and know each person on campus, as many as you can. And we do a lot of training. We do a lot of presentations so that people know how to protect themselves. And then we just make sure that we're involved in the community as much as possible. Deterrence by seeing us mostly, but once people get the feel for law enforcement and they trust us, they'll help us out.
Yeah.
And that's, I believe, why we're so successful.
I believe y'all are very successful because I never hear or see anything going on or anything bad. So very grateful for all of y'all.
Thank you very much.
Do you have anything to say to faculty or students, keep them safe, or what numbers they should know?
So it always been said that OSU is one of the safest campuses in this region. And I have to say thanks to all the faculty and staff and the students because they are a great big part of that. Our officers are highly trained. Let them get as much training as they can so we can help protect the campus. Always, keep your expensive items or any items are basically hid away in your car. Don't leave an iPad laying in the front seat. A lot of the crime we have here is crime of opportunity. Somebody walks by and see a bike unlocked or a purse in a car, they'll go in and get it. Make sure your doors are locked. At night, although we're safe, don't always think that you will be safe. Make sure you have somebody with you or let somebody know where you're going. So if you don't ever show up at that location, we can come look for you. Just, pay attention to your personal surroundings. And then if anything happens or if you see anything suspicious, let us know. I don't care how minor it is. Just if you feel, suspicious about something, just call us. We're always here.
That's good to know. So I know since you're kind of everywhere around campus, what is your favorite thing on campus or about campus?
That's a good one. Everything on campus here is great. Everybody, I just love being around people, talking to people, and I love athletics, the organizations that we get involved in.
What kind of organizations do y'all get involved in?
Like right now, I'm a member of the Black Faculty and Staff Association, and I have officers in each one of those organizations. Try to be involved with the kids up north, family housing as much as possible, so they all get a feel for police. Yeah. Everybody's from different countries. They might not feel, safe around certain police. And we want to break down that stigma and let them know that we're here to help, not hurt. Yeah. So I guess all in all, this location, OSU, is like one of the greatest places for me. I have to say that because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be. I've got to do a lot of stuff since I've been here. And it's just been great. That's
amazing. Thank you again. Is there anything else you'd like to say to any Anything else you want to put out there about police? Anything about
like
y'all?
I said before, we're here for you. We're here for the campus. Stop by, give us a shot anytime. Call us. If you have any questions, definitely call.
Yeah.
I always say, everybody I contact, I'll give them my personal cell phone number so they can call me. I'm always on it, or text. But anytime you have any questions, anything, just give us a call. There's nothing secret about police work that we can't talk about.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I had a great time talking to you, learning some new stuff about you. Well, I think that's it. That's all we have for today's show.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. This is great. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for joining us today, and stay tuned for the next episode of We Are Only Human.